Hello and welcome back to another TFT video. It feels really good to say that. It's been quite some time since my last video due to all of the coronavirus nonsense. I was quarantined in a place where I had extremely awful Wi-Fi and I was not able to post at all. And it was just not a good time overall. My channel just blew up a lot over the past few days, so it's kind of unfortunate that I haven't been able to post. But either way, super great to be getting back into the swing of things. Feels super nice. We're just gonna be hopping straight into the game here. Got a pretty interesting one for you guys here today. Gonna be going blasters and brawlers. The double Bs. Uh, blasters are a very strong build right now. One of the top builds alongside rebels. Rebels are the killers right now in this patch. Absolutely everybody seems to be going them. I think a lot of people, or at least someone in the final three, is going rebels in this game, and we do beat them in this game. So here, very first round, you are going to see our only loss of the entire game, just showing how powerful we are going to be throughout the course of this game. Very strong. It's going to be a super fun game, super fun gameplay. So right away, we're going to be picking up a 2-star Leona and a 2-star Graves, which is pretty optimal. Really good units there. Great to pick up any 2-stars you can. Gonna keep all the pairs that I have on the bench, even though they might not fit into our synergy. And we're gonna pick up 3 Malphites in the same role, which now we're just very powerful. 3 2-star units, rapid fire cannon on the Graves. Kind of an interesting build. I thought I would try it, but it seemed to be working out, so sticking with it for a while here. We're going to be winning this round as well pretty easily, only losing 1 unit. That will be our Malphite. On the carousel, we can be looking for really any items. Any items are good with blasters because defensive items can be built into red buff and like Runin's Hurricane, or can be just used for the front line, while any offensive items can be used on the actual carries, the blasters. So for the early and mid game, we're going to be running a Lucian carry. We do hit the 2-star Lucian, and we do get the Giant's Belt on him. So we are super powerful here, and Lucian is going to be pumping out the damage in these mid game rounds. It's going to be very strong, and it is very strong. Our econ isn't super high, and we were picking up some rebels before because we do have the tier 2 Malphite, and rebels is very strong, but we are going to start selling those because we're not rolling a ton of them anyways, and our blasters game is looking pretty good. So really, against any comp at this point, we're going to be winning. It's going to take a while before we face any real adversity just because of how many 2-star units we do have. Against the Krugs, we definitely don't need to level up here, but I just do anyways because I'm trying to get extra rolls with higher levels for higher cost units, or better chance of higher cost units. I want to pick up that Jinx. I want to pick up the CHO GATH, the potentially a Wukong would be good for the Chrono buff and the Vanguard buff with the Leona. So anything like that would be good. We are going to put the red buff onto the Lucian as well. Because that is just a great item for the blasters. As you can see, all the true damage will be from the red buff. So you can see all that white bar on the right-hand side is just the bonus we get from red buff, as well as the stats of the tankiness of the Giant's Belt and the armor as well. Already up to 50 gold, pretty good. Feeling pretty strong about that. Pretty good about that. Sorry. And we're just going to be continuing to win these rounds very handedly. Lots of other builds in this game, lots of the main builds you will be seeing, like that Celestial build with the Rakan, the 3-star Rakan, and the 3-star Xin Zhao, which is a very powerful build right now. And we are able to take those guys out, and as well as the Rebels and the other blaster builders, infiltrators, all of these builds we're just easily able to take out. Here in the carousel, we're going to be looking for the glove for Thief's Gloves. Thief's Gloves, great item. If you don't have any other items, there's nothing else really to do here. So we're just going to build the Thief's Gloves onto the Ezreal. And throughout the course of this game, we actually end up picking up quite a few good Thief's Gloves combinations on the Ezreal, which is pretty nice. Good luck here in these rounds. So here we're against the Protector Celestial guy. Very strong build. This guy is very strong, but we are able to take him out here. As you can see, the round was a little bit closer, but we're still winning pretty handedly. We are going to be picking up a couple 2-stars and as well as the Vi here. Actually, do we pick up the Vi? I think I might. We'll see. Vi will be in our final build. We are going to be going for brawlers as well as the blasters, so that's pretty good. Also, something I learned here in this game, if you just saw right there, our Lucian did get blinded, but whenever he procced the blaster buff, those shots actually still procced, so they were not affected by the blind, which is actually a pretty interesting fact to know, and something that's pretty good if he does get blinded by the Graves. Seems like blasters are not countered by Graves quite as strong as maybe like Blade Masters would be or something like that. We are going to pick up a Nico as well, which ends up being not very useful for us until like the very end of the game when it doesn't even really matter anymore. And we are going to be picking up quite a few CHO GATHs. And once we do hit the tier 2 CHO GATH, we will be putting him in. Or actually, we hit the Vi, so we do put in the CHO GATH and the Vi. Skipped over that Vi earlier, but that's fine. And even though they're both 1-star units, the 4 brawler buff is just so massive, as well as the CHO GATH ult, which you see there, just applied a lot of CC. Very, very strong. Our Lucian is still going to be our primary carry until we maybe hit that tier 2 Jinx, which we actually end up hitting very quickly. We hit 2 Jinxes in like 3 or 4 rolls, which is phenomenal. And we are going to be putting all of our items onto her, and she's going to be our carry for the mid/late game and going into like the very final rounds of the actual game. Jinx, I think, is one of the strongest units right now. The strongest units are probably Jinx, MF, Kale, Gangplank. I don't know, just higher cost units are super strong in this set. CHO GATH is very powerful as well. A lot of these 4-cost, 5-cost units are very strong and can really change the entire course of a game. We do hit the second tier 2 Lucian, so we do put that in as well. So we've got all tier 2 units besides our Vi, which Vi will be our Blitzcrank catcher if people do have blitzes, which this Rebels player did. Luckily, our Jinx is barely able to survive the Yasuo and is able to deal out tons of damage, and we are able to beat that Rebel player. So he's all the way in. He's rolled all the way down. He only has 10 gold. So we're feeling very powerful, especially for beating comps like Rebels at this stage of the game. Here, obviously, we want to go for the recurve bow MF, and nobody else picks her up. MF, the strongest champion in the game with a recurve bow, not a bad item. And I even typed it in the chat. Like, I was so surprised. That was the first champion I thought would go, maybe the second at best. And I was just flabbergasted that no one picked up the MF. And we're instantly going to put her in. Going to put the tier onto her as well. We have no other items, so that's all you can really do here. Static Shiv is not a bad item on her, so we're going to put her in. She isn't super useful, but she's definitely not bad either, so feeling pretty good about that pickup. Jinx still going to be our main damage here. And lots of other people still in this game, but we are just miles ahead of all of them. Still at 94 health, haven't lost a single round, 13 game win streak, so much econ. We are going to roll down a little bit here, try and get some level ups. I was really hoping for a second MF so I could Nico that, but we didn't get it, and I didn't want to waste all of my money, so I decided to stop rolling. Here we're up against some sorcerers, which no problem for us. I don't even know if we lost a unit. That was just not even close at all. I feel like I've been seeing less and less sorcerer players, even though I don't think it's that bad of a comp, but it is what it is. Here in the Raptor round, we can really be looking for any items. We don't need anything in particular. Some tiers for MF would be great. Another Nico would be great. But other than that, like, I'd be totally satisfied with anything. We do only end up picking up a chain vest, which is just useless. We have nothing we can do with that at all. Like, we could put it on one of our tanks, but that doesn't really mean anything. I decided to just keep it on the bench because the amount of difference it makes is so negligible, and we're not losing these rounds anyways, so just going to keep it there in case we do get some more random items. I've got some infiltrators with the Garen, and that is no problem for us. Our Jinx doesn't even die, and we are able to take that guy all the way out. Jinx is just doing all of the damage. Another Jinx there, and another MF, so do have some contested units here, but it's all right. We are going to be rolling, slow rolling at 50 gold, looking for these upgrades because there's really nothing else to do. There's no reason to roll down. We have 94 health. We're on a 15-game win streak. It doesn't look like we're going to lose anytime soon, so why would we do that? Here, we do end up getting pretty close to losing, but our Vi is able to clutch. MF is doing the most damage here, but I think that is because our Jinx died very, very quickly in this round. So that guy was very powerful, but we were able to barely take him out. We have now hit 5 CHO GATHs in total. We do hit the MF upgrade as well, and hit a couple more upgrades, going to roll down a couple extra times, and just look for any upgrades we can. We do hit another CHO GATH, so we do have now 7 CHO GATHs. If we hit one more CHO GATH, we can get the tier 3 CHO GATH, which is just so powerful. It's something that you really want to hit if you can. If you're in this position, rolling down for a tier 3 CHO GATH is just massive. So that is something we will be looking forward to and hoping to get. Celestial player, he is also very strong. He doesn't have great items on his units, which is why I don't think he beats me in this game, but I think he would have a very good chance if he did have some better items on some of his carries. Like the Xin Zhao has only a GA, not very strong. You want some tank items there. On the carousel, we're going to pick up the Thresh with the Static Shiv to put onto the MF as well. So here we're going to be looking for any more CHO GATHs we can hit. We do hit one more. Going to roll down, very limited gold here. And with our last 4 gold, we are able to hit that tier 3 CHO GATH, which is insane. Tier 3 CHO GATH does 2,000 damage with no items on. Imagine if you have a Rabadons on there, anything else. So here you can see we're up against some Rebels and gone. All of them instantly gone. CHO GATH, 10,000 damage, just under 10,000 damage from one ultimate. Just super insane. Tier 3 CHO GATH is just so powerful. Hitting top 4 now. Still been lost around. 18 win streak. Rolling down looking for any more upgrades we can hit for the Vi, for the Blitzcrank, Lucian, Ezreal. Any of those would be pretty good. There's an Ezreal there on the bench, which I didn't really notice. And we do have 0 gold, so there's no way to pick it up anyways. But we probably could have sold the Lucian because I'd rather have a tier 3 Ezreal than a tier 3 Lucian. But we are going to win that round. The CHO GATH just putting in the work. Huge ultimates coming out of him, doing so much. 2 guys battling out for the 3rd and 4th spot. And here we're going to be up against the Kayn with the I forget what that item's called, but the crit attack speed item. Not bad. It could be a lot worse. There could be like a Rebel or something. I don't know. Something we really don't need. We're going to put that onto the MF. Still haven't used our Chain Vest yet. We're going to roll down looking for the Ezreal upgrades, the MF upgrades. We are going to hit the shield upgrade for the MF, which is pretty nice. And now we are 1 away from Ezreal and 1 away from the Vi as well. Up against the Sorcerer player. Did pretty well for himself. Sorcerer mech, very strong build in the current meta. CHO GATH gets a really doo-doo ult off, which is fine because we have all of our other units to carry us, and Jinx is going to do the primary amount of the damage, and we are going to knock that guy out completely. Here we got the Rebel player, and he is going to take down the 2nd place guy with his weird build. I forget what it is exactly. And we're going to roll down, hitting the tier 3 Vi, and we're going to use the Nico's help onto... Actually, we're going to save it. I'd rather have the tier 2 MF than the tier 3 Ezreal. Rebel player, once again, tier 3 CHO GATH just goes to work. There's nothing you can do about it. He just punches the ground with his foot and everybody's dead. 10,000 damage from one ult. It's insane. Oh, so much damage. Easily taking out any Rebel player. CHO GATH just... If you want to beat Rebels, guys, just play CHO GATH 3. That's all you have to do. It's as simple as that. Come on, why doesn't everyone do this every game? I'm joking, but it's still kind of true. But we do hit the tier 2 MF. We finally hit a 2nd one, so we did use the Nico onto her. But really, just not necessary at this point. MF is not doing the most amount of damage on our team. Here up against the Celestial Mystic guy, or Protector Mystic guy is probably more accurate. He actually ends up Zephyring our MF, which I thought I moved it into the right position, but that's not even our carry. Our main carry is going to be Jinx or CHO GATH is who you're going to be wanting to Zephyr the most. And it's just not even close. Or Jinx doesn't die to the back line. CHO GATH able to do so much damage. MF, Jinx, basically blasters are just busted, beating all of the other main builds. We also did get very good items. Tier 3 CHO GATH, super awesome. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.